But the first 12 months we went from 600 to 70,000 subscribers, which was cool. And so things were going smoothly until one day I had a chat with Grant Cardone about branding. And it reminded me that all the lessons that I learned in business applied to all this organic stuff. And so I was on this call with him, and I have the full video on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Yeah. He was like, bro, I'm not even gonna try. He was like, bro, pull up your Instagram. And I was like, okay. He's like, pull up my Instagram. He's like, I got 10 times the content as you, 10 times. He's like, bro, it's volume, bro, volume. And I was like, that's deep. And so I was like, I should probably do more, which is a lesson that I have learned over and over and over again in business, and I'll tell you a couple more stories about later. But like, so many times we're doing the right stuff, we're just doing way too little of it. Like, I'll tell you a quick story, which is not on this presentation, but when I started my first gym, I was told that I should put flyers out. And so I went, I'm like really, full of piss and vinegar. I was like, I'm gonna go do it. So the business owner who told me was more successful than me, et cetera. And so I went, I put the flyers out, and then like nothing really happened. So I met back up with him a few weeks later, and he was like, hey, how'd the flyers work? And I was like, I got one guy who called me and said that was car. That was it. He's like, well, what was your test size? I was like, I was like, well, I mean, I put 300 out. And he was like, dude, our test size is 5,000. He's like, that's what we test with. He's like, and then we do 5,000 a day. I was like, oh. Noted. And so it was just a really good lesson, and that happens with phone calls. Like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing cold calls. You make 10 calls every 3 days when you're feeling motivated, rather than doing 200 dials every day, like it's clockwork before lunch. You know what I mean? The level of effort difference is not like 2x or 4x. It's like 50x. It's a lot bigger, and most people dramatically underestimate the amount of volume and effort that is required to get to where you want to go. Like, dramatically. And so I have so many lessons that this repeated, and I was taught yet again in a different sphere that I'm not familiar with that this was true. So I decided to take his advice and dramatically increase the amount of content that we created and how many places we displayed it, right? And so before I tell you, who wants to guess how many pieces of content we started putting out weekly after that call? 25, 10,000, less than that. I would be so much more famous if I put 10,000 out. What was that, 100? Good guess. So we went from 7 pieces of content a week. I did 3 on YouTube, and then I just repurposed the same 3 on a podcast, to 80 content. Pretty cool. And so this is what happened in those 6 months. We added 300,000 subscribers on YouTube, 7,000 followers on Instagram. Still haven't really cracked that one. 350,000 on TikTok, 150,000 buyers, which is cool, on Amazon for the book, 350,000 followers on Instagram, 100,000 on Twitter, and 400,000 downloads a month on the podcast. Cool. So basically a million person audience within that 6 months. And because I am more of a business guy than I am a quote influencer creator, this was what I cared about. So the net traffic result for us was web traffic went from basically non-existent to about 100,000 unique clicks a month to the site, just organically. Pretty cool. Number 2 is the subscribers, which I told you before. And then this is one that's really cool for who here runs paid ads? And okay, some of you, cool. So this will resonate with you. So in the businesses that I had, at a $25 CPM, we were getting $2 million a month in exposure for free. Not only not free, we're getting paid to do it. Crazy. Like, I'm beside myself still because I think it's insane. So the fact that this opportunity exists right now is literal insanity to me. Like, we're getting paid now to market. Like, what a world, right?